Welcome everyone to a playthrough of Streetmasters. This is Lament of the Blood Moon, the newest expansion for this game from boardgames. Shout out to Steamforge for helping former backers of Blacklist Games projects get their copies of this finally. It's been years. They've been suffering. Some are still waiting, obviously. Not everybody's whole yet, but hopefully they will be soon. Again, shout out to Steamforge for taking the extra step to make backers, to make gamers, part of this community, all of us whole, happy again. Thanks again. So back to the playthrough. We're going to be doing higher purpose board today. This has an elevator on it. We're going to have to go up to, we finally get to the boss stage. On this elevator, we have 10 power tokens. We get to remove a power token every time we take out a minion, and at the end of every round. Meanwhile, we have to survive wave after wave of angry lady trying to punch us in the face. Why is it angry ladies? Because today we are fighting against the Silver Phoenix gang. Caitlin is their boss. Caitlin herself, very tough. She hits you harder for every defense token that she has, which is very bad for us. Why is it bad for us? Well, because we're using Castle, and Castle deals direct damage, meaning we won't be removing any of these defense tokens that she's going to be building up. I happen to like this matchup. I've played it a couple times. I think it's very fun. Sometimes it goes very good. Sometimes it goes very bad. But today, we are going to find out which one it does for us. And here we go. One thing I want to show you guys real quick. We got the side cam set up again. It's always fun when you get to see it like this. Castle standing there on the elevator, thinking everything's going to be fine. And bad news for him, it's not going to be. So, where we're going to start in the threat phase. Draw an enemy card, refresh our stuff. There's nothing to refresh. Here we go. We're going to get a Lucille. Lucille's going to move towards Caitlin when possible. Otherwise, she's going to stand still. Until I'm told otherwise, that's how this is going to play. And her activate stage, she's going to attack each fighter engaged with her, and then move towards the boss. So, we're going to get 2 punch tokens for her. I don't think this is going to matter much later, but here we are. 2 grapple tokens on her. We'll finally get to take our turn. This is our starting hand, these 4 cards. We will go back, zoom in on that a little bit for you. We got Snipe. We got Back to the Shadows. We got some Brute Force. What are we going to play? What are we going to do? I say for our first action, well, it helps if we put the enemy actually on the board. We're going to put Lucille here, I think. I think that's the closest one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, why not? We'll put it there. Then, we will, gonna need to move. All right, so 1, 2, 3. That's going to be our move step. We're going to take our action step. We're going to roll 1 die. That's the damage. We're going to do it again. That's damage. Nothing too big, fancy about that. Again, it's direct damage. So we're not going to remove any of those defense tokens. That's going to be our action step. And then our card step, since we have these 3 mean we have to be adjacent. We're currently not adjacent. I guess we'll have to play Snipe. We'll go ahead and play it. We're going to roll 2 dice. That's going to be 2 defense tokens. We're going to take a punch and a grapple. We're going to deal 2 damage to this Lucille. That takes her out. That's awesome for us. Pull off all these tokens. She gets discarded. We get a loot card. Who doesn't like loot? It is the smoke bombs. We put 3 power on this card. Anytime you may discard 1 power from this card to move 1 space. Discard it when all the power has been removed. We'll set it over here so you can see what we got going on. We don't have the clutch cam set up today. I am having some technical difficulties with it. I apologize. We'll just have to deal with what we have. Then we also remove 1 power from the elevator. That's always good for us. That's going to be our card step. So now we've moved. We've carded. We've actioned. We've murderlated. Now it's up to them. Their act phase, nothing in the reaction area to hit us. I guess that's good. We get to draw a card. It's Assassinate. It lets us remove cards from the game when we take them out. Go to the boss phase. Flip this over. Go to the boss phase. Nothing in the boss area to activate. We'll discard over here so we don't get confused, actually. Move over to the stage. We're going to remove one of these tokens. We're going to draw a card. Hopefully it's not terrible. And it's time of the essence. Now, there's going to be two things on these cards. Terminate and elevate. While we're on the elevator, we're only going to do the elevate part of the cards. When we get to the top, which is called terminus, we're going to do the terminate part of the card. So for now, each fighter must discard 2 defense tokens. Well, that's a bummer. We just got those. If able, for each fighter that did not discard any tokens, place 1 power on the elevator. Well, at least we had them to get rid of. So that's good. This gets flipped back over. We get to refresh everything. And we draw another Angry Lady. The reason I say this is because this boss deck has been thinned down. Only thing in this stack while we're on the elevator is enemies. Here we go. We have a Marionette. Marionette will attack us. Then if unengaged, we'll move 3 spaces towards us. And then if we're still within 6 spaces, we'll deal 2 direct damage to us. That's pretty tough. Plus, she will do an extra damage during her attacks if we don't have any defense tokens. Not good for us. Good for them. That's okay. We're tough. We'll take them out. We don't know what we did, but we're sorry for it at this point. All right, here we go. Blue Marionette, closest to us. That puts her there. And again, the faster we take these minions out, the faster we get off the elevator. So let's go ahead and focus on that. We will move. We're going to move 1, 2, 3. We get to get a loot card for doing that. We get the flashbang. We get to remove 2 defense tokens from an enemy of our choice as long as they're engaged with us. All right. That might come in handy. She's got a punch token on her. We have a card that does punch damage. That is very interesting. For our card step, we're going to do Back to the Shadows. This deals direct damage, and we can move 2 spaces if we so choose. We're probably not going to, based on her direct damage thing, but we'll see how it goes. So we're going to roll both of those dice. I don't know if you've played this game, but this symbol means you get to roll another die, and this counts as a hit. It's like exploding. So we'll roll another die. So that's 3 damage total. That's a good attack. We're going to drop 1, 2, 3. And again, we're not going to remove defense tokens because it's all direct damage. All right. That's going to be our card step. Now we are going to move on to the action step. And our action we're taking is to roll the 1 dice, do the thing, roll it again. So we roll it once. That's 1 damage. And we get a defense token. We'll take a grapple, put the damage on her. We'll do it again. Hopefully it's not just a straight defense token. It is not. We get to take her out. That's a good turn for us again. So we will remove her off of the field. I love Castle. I think he's super tough. Discard her. Discard a power. Draw a loot card. Loot card says cash. Exhaust a minion within 4 spaces of you. That's pretty sweet. Don't punch me in the face. I have money. Works for me. So then, that's going to be all of our steps in our turn. Remove the figure. Draw all the things. React phase. Nothing's in our display again. We get to draw our card. We get mark target. We get to put this on a card in our threat area, a minion. And then we get to ignore any shields that we roll. We get to re-roll those. So that's pretty cool. We'll flip this over. Go to the boss area. Still no boss. Go to the elevator. Remove a token. We've already removed 4. This is probably the fastest I've removed tokens so far out of all the playthroughs. So I wouldn't get used to that continuing to happen. Draw a card. Time is of the essence. Each fighter must discard 2 defense tokens. We only have 1. For each fighter that did not discard, thankfully we got rid of 1. We got to put a power back on. We don't have to worry about that. Flip this over. Refresh all the things. So I want to ask you guys, any of you get this game? Do you own some of this game? Part of this game? How do you like this game? I love this game. I was so excited during the unboxing. If you missed that, go ahead and check that out. Like and subscribe, all the good things like that. I actually think this game, while as simple as it is, provides a lot of fun things. I highly recommend it. Anybody looking for a lightweight game, lots of fun, lots of dice rolling. If you like the excitement of rolling die, but you don't like missing, these dice don't have misses. They just have defense and damage. So that's always good. Anyway, back to the game. Refreshed everything. Draw an angry lady. It's going to be Arena. When she activates, she moves 3 towards us and then hits us if we're within 2 spaces of her. And then if she doesn't, well, she gets a random defense token. She's going to get 2 kick tokens and a grapple token to start off with. We don't do any of those. We're going to put them on this card anyway so I don't catch any flack down there in the comments section. And we will take our turn. We're going to put her... Well, she's going to start right next to us. That's not terrible, as long as we can take her out. Speaking of which, since she doesn't have any punch defense tokens, we're going to play Brute Force. Brute Force says we attack with 4 dice. We ignore criticals, and it does punch damage. So, we'll get some 4 dice over here. We are going to roll them up. We get 1 crit, which we have to ignore. That's 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. Again, no punch tokens. No tokens to remove. We get 1 defense. We're going to take a punch for ourselves. That's going to be our card step. In our action step, we're going to do our roll a die, then roll a die. Oh, that's a defense token. We'll take a grapple. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. And happening once is already bad enough. Well, there's a crit, so that might make up for it. There's 2 damage. We take her out. We're on a roll. We're doing extremely well. I can't believe this is happening, honestly. This is not how this has gone for me in my other playthroughs. So that's gone. We get another loot. That loot says the leather whip. Discard during a grapple attack, which we won't ever do with this character, to add 2 to the attack. So that's kind of a dead card, unfortunately. We will get rid of a power token. That's always nice. She comes off the board again. Alright, that's our action step. We're going to do the move step. We're going to move 1, 2, 3 towards this other loot crate. That's going to be our turn. React phase, nothing's in there. We draw a card. Back to the shadows. Another stabby. We're going to flip this over. Boss stage. Still, no boss. Elevator. We're going to remove a token. Watch, I'm going to have to put this thing right back. After I sort these out and count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. Draw a card. Boss's orders. Each enemy moves 1 space toward the nearest fighter. There are no enemies. Then, place 1 per player power on the elevator. What did I tell you? We get to put power back on the elevator. We're just going to do it like that this time. There we go. And that's how I'm used to it going. Getting 3 or 4 of those, seems like you're on this elevator forever. Flip this back over. Refresh all this up. Here we go. Let's see what Angry Lady we get this time. Another Reyna. Okay. She's going to get 2 kickies. 1 grapply. She's going to spawn right next to us. That's always good. Let's take out our frustrations. We're going to do the same thing we did last time because, again, she doesn't have punch. Defense, just a reminder, brute force, does punch, rolls 4 dice. That's going to be our card step. That's 3 damage and 2 defense. We're going to take a grapple, a kick, and a punch. We're going to line all these up. There we go. She's going to take 3 damage. 1, 2, and 3. It's like deja vu. And then we will do our action step. Why not? We're going to roll 1 die. Oh, that's a crit. We're going to roll 1 die. That's 2 damage and a defense token. We'll take another kick. Why not? That'll take her out with those 2 damage. Castle's on fire. He must have ate all his vitamins. We're going to draw a loot card. That's a shuriken. During your turn, you may discard this to deal 2 direct damage to any figure. Well, that's pretty nasty. We'll remove a power token. We'll remove her from the board. I tend to forget that. We'll go to the move step. We'll flip that over. 1, 2, 3. We'll get another loot token. Or another loot card, rather. Oh, I like this card too. Discard this to add 2 dice to an attack targeting a figure adjacent to you. Save that for the boss. Alright. Have you guys seen this? These TNT crates? These things are pretty sweet. Yeah, I like them a lot. They came in one of the boxes for the pledge. I thought it was awesome. Glad to show them off. Get the side view going. From this angle, it looks like Castle's over there. Just took out somebody else. Looted another box. Staring out the window. Let's keep going. Here we go. Did all his actions. We're going to do the react phase. Nothing's there. Draw another card. It's marked target. Very interesting. Okay. We're going to flip this over. Once again, boss phase. Stage phase. Draw a card. This one is Cargo Drop. This is a terrible card. This one says, place this card in the threat area of the fighter nearest the crate space. We're on one. While this card is in your threat area, you cannot move. At the end of your turn, you may remove 2 of your power and place them on the elevator to discard this card. Well, that is very bad for us. We will flip this over. The reason it's particularly bad for us currently is nobody's hitting us. We don't have any power, so we can't move. The one minion in this deck will also not move towards us, so we could be stuck in this spot for a minute. All right, here we go. We're going to do the threat phase. We're going to draw another Angry Lady. We got another Reyna. At least she'll move towards us. We'll drop her right there. She's going to be the blue one. She gets 2 kicks. Another grapple. And it's going to be our turn. But we cannot move. And she's more than 2 spaces away. Very bad. We're going to play Assassinate into our board because we can't do much else. We can't move. During our action step, we can move. We're going to grab 2 defense tokens because we're going to grab something out instead of just standing here. We'll get 2 kicks. And then that'll be that for that. Do our action step. We're already done this. It's stuck in our space. She's gonna, the enemy advances 3 toward the nearest fighter. So she's gonna move 1, 2 next to us. Then attacks the fighter within 2 spaces. So she gets to roll 3 dice. That's going to be a grapple, and a punch. We're going to block it all, turn it all to power. There we go. So she didn't do any damage to us, but did give us some power. That's going to be our react phase. We get to draw a card. That card is going to be more brute force. Well, brute force and Reynas haven't worked out well for them so far. We're going to keep going along with that. We'll flip this over. Boss stage. Still nothing in the boss stage. Won't be long. So here, now, we only need to take... now that we remove this, we have 2 left. We only need to take out 1 more minion. If we take out 1 more minion, the next stage, we'll progress on. That'll be pretty sweet. We're going to draw a stage card. That stage card says Second Wind. Each enemy gains 1 random defense token. She's going to get a grapple. Then, each fighter with no enemies in their threat area gains an enemy card. Well, we already have one of those. She's going to gain a grapple. That'll flip back over. We get to refresh. Then, we'll get another enemy deck card. It's going to be a marionette. She's going to be pretty upset with us, too. It's going to be the yellow one. She's going to start there. She will get 1 punch, 1 kick token. And we will continue on. This time, though, we need to take something out right now. We're going to do the same thing we've done so far. We're going to brute force that Raina right next to us. She's got no punch tokens. We're going to take it to her, use it to our advantage. We're going to roll 4 dice. Ignoring all crits. Here's a crit. We ignored it. That's still 4 damage. She's only got 5 hit points. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to... That's our card step. We're going to action step. Since she's next to us, she's making it kind of easy on us. I'm going to roll 1. That's a damage. That's enough to take her out. We're just going to take her off the board. She goes bye-bye. We get a loot card. We remove a power token. Everything's going good for us on this one. Stink Bomb. At any time, you may discard this card to move an enemy up to 3 spaces. That might come in handy. So she gets removed from the board. Brings us to our move step because she's out of range for our next attack. We can't move still. That is unfortunate. Going to our react phase, she's going to attack. We're not next to her. Then, if unengaged, she's going to 3 towards us. 1, 2, and hits us with 2 direct damage. Ain't nothing we can do about that. There we are. We're going to draw a card. Our card is going to be Snipe. Lets us attack with 2 dice up to 4 spaces away, and it too deals direct damage. Alright, that's going to flip that over. Going to the boss phase. Still no boss phase. Now, we're removing the last token of this. This tells us that when it's gone, we pull out the warehouse and the loading bay and do the setup on the warehouse card. So that goes away. We're going to pull out the warehouse card. Basically, I'll give you a quick rundown on how this works. We're going to take everything in our discard, put it back in our player deck. We have to spend power or defense tokens to keep cards we have on our board, which we're going to spend this defense token right there to do that. Now, we can spend defense tokens to heal. We'll spend those 2. We'll get 2 health. These are going to go back in our deck. Then, we're going to remove everything from our threat area. She goes goodbye-bye. This goes back to that deck. Then, the cards that were hidden under the boss, separate from the minions, get shuffled into the minion deck. Then, everything on the board gets removed. A new board gets set up. And we'll go from there. And I will do that. And we're back. And just like that, we have a brand new board. Now, what's different about this one is we have all this fancy. All our loots are back. We have all these objectives. At the end of this stage, when we get to the stage turn, the first activation, the boss is going to move towards us 3 steps now that she's on the board. Second thing that's going to happen is any minions that are on the board are going to move to an active objective token. Inactive, active. Once they have an active token, they're going to try to move them to this load access. If they get 3 of them there, we lose. If they beat us to death, we lose. We're going to try not to let that happen. The other thing we need to do is we need to draw and resolve an enemy card. We're going to do that now. We get a marionette. She's going to have a punch token and a kick token. And she's going to start here. And again, we had to reset all of our decks. So whatever was not in their deck is back and all those kinds of things. Alright, so the one other thing I think is a little questionable about this board that I'm going to mention now. If you look at this stage, it says the action phase. And the next part of this stage turn is the draw phase. Resetting all of this happened in the action phase. So I'm going to draw a card now, even though they had us do some other things in the meantime. And that card is Boss's Orders. Again, now we're not going to do the elevate part, we're going to do the terminate part. And this one says, move the minion with the most remaining health that is not carrying an objective 3 spaces toward the nearest objective. Or it says nearest active objective. None of them are active, so I guess she won't move. Apologies for that. There we go. Now, this flips back over. We get to refresh. We draw another bad card. It's going to be Fan Toss. This is bad for us, I'm sure. Each fighter within 2 spaces of the boss suffers 2 general damage. We are not near her. We would have taken that for the power, though. And we will continue on our turn. So, we will move first. We're going to move. We're going to get some loot. I like loot. You like loot. Let's get some loot. The loot is Stink Bomb. At any time you may discard this to move an enemy up to 3 spaces. Now, in particular, with this board, keeping the objectives, the minions away from the objectives that are active, probably pretty good. I don't know if I want to use those to make her move towards me, though, so I'm going to start hitting her in the face right now. I think that's what I'm going to do with this one. We're going to spend 1. We're going to make this enemy, which is the boss, 1, 2, 3. We're going to put her right next to us. I don't like her anyway. It's time to get busy. Let's do it. We're going to play Back to the Shadows. We're going to attack with 2 dice. This attack deals direct damage, and after resolving it, we can move 2 spaces. So, we'll discard that. We're going to roll 2 dice. We're going to crit, 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 and crit. No, we got a defense token. And 1 hit. And again, it's direct damage, so she's just going to take it on the chin. We'll put those up there on her. And then we are going to action step. Our action step is the same action we've been taking. That's 1 damage. We're going to do it again. That's 1 damage and a defense token. We'll take a grapple. She gets 1 damage. And that's going to be that. Now we go to our react phase. This character is going to move towards us, I do believe. Yep, 3 towards the nearest fighter. 1, 2, 3. Are we within 6? 1, 2, 3. Yep, we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep. We're going to take 2 direct damage. Live by the direct, die by the direct. She's going to hit us. We're going to draw a card. We're going to flip this over. We're going to go to the boss phase. Now, Caitlin actually gets to do something this time. She's going to attack. And before this attack, she's going to discard 1 of each type of defense token. Caitlin gains an extra attack for each of those tokens discarded, which is bad. So, 1, 2, and 3. She's going to roll 5 dice on her face. That's a grapple. That's a grapple. That's a kick. We just went Super Saiyan with 6 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We flip over. Then it's a grapple and a kick. That's just going to be 2 damage to us. And that'll be her turn. We draw nothing from her. That's correct. We move over to the stage. Activate. When the terminus map tile is in play, the boss moves 3 spaces towards the nearest fighter. Otherwise, it has no effect. She's already next to us. She's not going to move. For the warehouse, it says move the minion with the most remaining health that is not carrying an objective 3 spaces towards the nearest active objective. There is none. This one says activate the objective nearest the boss. So we'll flip this one over. Now we have to draw a stage card. Let's see what it says. Boss's orders. Again, we're on the terminate. Move the minion with the most remaining health. There's only 1. 3 spaces towards the active objective. So she's going to move 1, 2, 3. She's right next to it. This will flip over. We get to refresh. We get to get something else angry at us. It's going to be fan toss. Each fighter within 2 spaces we are suffers 2 general damage. We'll turn that to a power. And then we will take a damage. We're up to 5 damage out of our 20. And just like that, we could be in trouble before we know it. We know how hard she hits. Now it's going to be our turn. Okay. We're going to spend this card. We get to do 2 direct damage to any figure. We're going to do that to her. 1, 2. Then we're going to do this one. Discard this card to add +2 to an attack targeting a figure adjacent to you. We're going to do our action step. We're going to roll 1 die, but it's direct damage. +2. That's 3. That's 2 more damage. So we'll pull off 3 of these. Add a 5. We get a defense token. We'll take anything. We'll take a kick. Actually, hold on. Let me back that up. We get 2 more dice because it's our special Super Saiyan move. I almost messed that up. That's going to be a damage and a defense. So she's going to get 1 more damage. We're going to get 1 more defense token. And that's going to be that. We're going to flip this over. That's going to be our action step. Now, we're going to snipe. Again, we're going to roll 2 dice up to something 4 spaces away. This is going to do direct damage. We're just going to roll the 2 against Miss Caitlin here. We're going to get 2 defense tokens. They're both going to be punch. This isn't really working out for us. She's going to get another damage. She's up to 8 of 18. That's not terrible, I suppose. Then, we're going to do the react phase. The marionette. Attack. Nope. She's going to advance 3 towards us. She's going to hit us with 2 direct. We're down to... We only got 1 less damage than she does. We're going to draw a card. We're going to and that's all that. That's that whole turn. Okay. Now, Caitlin's going to do her turn. Just a quick reminder, she's going to attack first. She's going to discard tokens to do it. That's going to be 5 dice. This is all very bad for us. I can't believe you let this happen. So, she's got a kick. She's got a punch. She's got another punch. And then 2 more kicks. That's 2 more damage to us. We're up to 9. That's very bad. Okay. And we're going to move over to the stage. She is not going to move towards us. This one's going to move towards this objective. She's going to pick it up. Now that she has an objective, it's going to change what she does. This says, when a minion has an active objective, replace that minion's activate ability with the following. Move 3 spaces towards the nearest space. So then we're going to flip another token closest to the boss. We're going to guess it's that one. We're going to flip another card. How bad is it? We're going to do Terminus. Time is of the essence. Each minion carrying an objective moves 1 space towards the nearest get out of here space. So she's going to move there. Now she has something, she's going to start running away from us. That's where these stink bombs are going to come in handy, maybe. Okay. We're going to refresh all of our things. We're going to draw another card. It is Blade Shield. This sounds bad. It's a tactic. Caitlin treats all attacks targeting her as dealing general damage. Well, remember that direct damage thing we were doing? Yeah, that's gone. And when she activates, she gains 2 per player random defense tokens. Then, the fighters may discard any number of defense tokens and place them on Caitlin. If Caitlin gains 1 of each type of each token, shuffle this card back into the enemy deck. Wow. Well, that's not good. Oh, there we go. There goes our direct damage. That was very bad. Let's see. We're going to do back to the shadows since it doesn't matter. We're going to roll 2 dice. She doesn't currently have any tokens still, so that's good. That's going to be 2 damage on her. That takes her up to 10. That's always good for us. She only has 8 left. In our action step, we're going to do roll 1 die. Oh, it's a defense token. We will take a kick. We're going to do it again. That's a damage. She still doesn't have any defense tokens. She's up to 11. I don't know. That's probably not going to work out for us. Okay. We get a move step. We're going to move. 1, 2, 3. I think is what we're going to do. We're going to need some help from some items, I think. Well, we have the flashbang to remove some tokens from her. So that's good. We're going to spend 2 energy off the smoke bomb. We're going to move 2 more spaces onto this loot crate. We get a lead pipe. That's what I'm talking about. Probably best item in the deck for this particular situation. Discard this card to deal 3 direct damage to an adjacent enemy. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Okay. We're going to go to our react phase. Now, this character is going to move 1, 2, 3 towards the get out of here place because that's what their activation has been replaced by. We're going to draw a card. This is going to flip over. Go to the boss area. She attacks before this attack, which she can't do. Otherwise, she gets 2 random defense tokens. She's going to get a grapple and a kick. That's bad. And then, Caitlin gains 2 per player random defense tokens. That's 4 more, or 2 more. That's a kick and a punch. And then it says, if Caitlin gains 1 of each type of defense token, shuffle this card back into the enemy deck. Did she get 1 of each? She has 1 of each. I don't know if she got 1 of each. So we're going to leave those there. We'll move over here. She's going to move 3 spaces towards us. 1, 2, 3. We're going to move the minion with the most remaining health that is not carrying an objective. That one's carrying an objective. We're going to activate an objective near the boss. We're going to draw a card. It says each minion carrying an objective moves 1 towards the space. This flips back over. We get to refresh everything. We get to draw another bad card. We get to see what it is now, and it is another marionette. Okay, green marionette. She's going to spawn there. She's going to get her tokens. She's going to get a punch and a kick. There we go. All right. We can do this. We're going to use our stink bomb. We're going to move this one. 1, 2, 3. Get him away from there. Now, sorry, Caitlin, but something bad has to happen to you. It's not our fault. It's just the way the game's made. We're going to play brute force against Caitlin. Everything we attack her with now is considered general damage. We have to ignore the crits on this, but it's still 4 dice. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. It's general damage. All of these, going to soak it all up. We get 1 defense token. We're going to take a punch. So all of that, she took no damage. Okay. Now, we're going to do the action step. We're going to do the 1. We're going to do the 1. That's 2 more damage. She's up to 13. Not enough to spend the pipe, I don't think. Probably could have killed her if I'd have done that a little different. Yet here we are. She's at 13. We have a move step. Do we want to move? We probably should, so Caitlin doesn't break her face. Let's go ahead and do it. Except she'll gain defense tokens if we move. And she currently doesn't have any. So we won't move. That's what we'll do. We'll go to our react phase. This one's going to move 1, 2, 3 towards the out. This one's going to move 1, 2, 3 towards us. Do 2 direct damage to us. We're up to 11 points of damage. We're holding on. We have a few more hit points than Caitlin, but not many. We're going to draw a card. It's going to be another brute force card. We're going to flip this over. Back to Caitlin's turn. She's going to attack, and before she attacks, she's going to discard defense tokens, or she's going to roll for new ones. So she's going to get 2 punch tokens. That's good, I guess. We're doing general damage, so I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Then she's going to gain 2 more. Jesus. It's going to be a grapple and a punch. See, now we could be in trouble. I should have took her out when I had the chance. And now it says, then the fighters may discard. We can discard all of these. And place them on Caitlin. If she gains 1 of each, that card goes away. All right. That card is going to have to go away. Is what it is. So there's that. We're going to go here. She doesn't need to move. This one's going to move to an active spot. It's going to move here. It's going to pick this up. Then we're going to activate this one. We're going to pull this out. And it says cargo drop. This time it's terminate. Each figure in a cargo space is dealt 2 general damage. Each figure adjacent to a crate space is dealt 1. So that's each figure. So this one's on a crate space. It'll take 2 damage. General, so it'll take off her defense tokens. We get hit for 1. We don't have a defense token. We're just going to take it to the face. Because why else? Well, you know, what else are we going to do? That's going to flip this over. We're going to refresh. We're going to get a new bad card. And this new bad card is another Reyna. Okay. She is going to spawn here. She's going to get 2 kicks and a grapple. And we're actually going to get to do something. We can move 1 space towards something if we want to. I don't think we want to. Oh, we got rid of the general damage, so we're back to direct damage? Oh, okay, well, she's in trouble. Card turn, we're going to play Snipe. We're going to roll 2. That one rolled off the table. We'll try this one. That's 1. So she's going to take 1 damage. We're going to get a defense token. We'll take a kick, because why not? Now, we're going to get rid of the lead pipe. That's going to be 3 direct damage to an adjacent enemy. That's going to take her up to 17. Now, this is where it comes down to it. We have an action step. We're going to flip this over. We're going to attack for 1. 1 direct damage. If this is a damage, we win. And there it is. That's the 18 point of damage. Caitlin goes down. We managed to do it. We have defeated Higher Priority. This has been a playthrough of Streetmasters by Steamforged Games. Lament of the Blood Moon. Please like and subscribe. Drop all the comments down below. Thanks for everybody for hanging out. And you have a wonderful day.